Finally gonna catch up on some TV. What's that? Jesus Christ, another one? Guess I'm gonna have to watch this one too. Cat in the Hat, 2003 is a psychedelic children's comedy based off of the Dr. Seuss book of the same name. The film was directed by Bo Welsh. Welsh is most known for his work as a set designer and was nominated for 4 Oscars for his set design work, which you can see on full display in Cat in the Hat. But we'll get to that. This live-action adaptation of Seuss's work is often maligned as a bad movie, but I remember watching this movie as a small, stupid child and really enjoying it. Now that I'm an adult with a refined palate, I would like to reevaluate this film and see if its bad reputation is well warranted. Cat in the Hat follows these 2 obnoxious brats. Conrad, a menace to society, a rule breaker, the original Sigma male. And then we have Sally. She's uptight, unfun, and just a wet blanket on Conrad's good time. But one day, their mom decides to throw a house party to try to impress her boss at work, and she tells these 2 little hellions to behave and not mess up the house. And that's when a grown man in a fursuit breaks into the family home to play with the children. This being the titular Cat in the Hat, played by Mike Myers. No, the other Mike Myers. This is when the movie goes from a sort of slice of life in the Edward Scissorhands universe to a surreal comedy filled with slapstick, parodies, and fourth wall breaking humor. And honestly, a lot of the jokes aged pretty well. Some of it may feel a little overdone, especially with the fourth wall breaks. But the cat was making these jokes over a decade before Ryan Reynolds decided to don the Deadpool costume. There's also a surprising amount of dirty jokes in this movie, meant to go over kids' heads. And a lot of this humor surprisingly aged pretty well.
Dirty hoe! I'm sorry, baby, I love you.
Another part of this movie that aged really well are the sets. The film has this 1950s inspired, colorful look to it, and comparing it to Edward Scissorhands is pretty apt. Not just for the look, but also because Bo Welsh did the set design for Eddie Sharpfingers as well. A large portion of the sets and special effects are practical, which really helps with the look of this film. But the biggest downside is where heavy CGI comes into play. The CGI looks downright ugly, and a major downgrade next to the practical sets that they have. They can almost be ugly enough to pull you out of the movie entirely. You can almost reason it away when you consider this movie is almost 20 years old, but then you look at the fish. You can't reason this fish away. Overall, I really enjoyed Cat in the Hat. It feels like a live-action cartoon, colorful, goofy, and all-around fun. A large portion of the jokes still land today, and the film looks pretty good for the most part. My final score is going to be 9 hats out of 10. It's a super fun time, just being held back by a little bit of ugly CGI. And if you're one of the sheeple who still shits on this movie, learn how to have some fun once in a while. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one.